You're watching the Community MMA.
You got Sean Strickland versus Nassourdine Imavov, and Sean Strickland's name goes to the front. This will be a light heavyweight division fight, by the way. As you'll see in the prediction in a minute, I kind of struggle my way through that. But Sean Strickland's name goes to the front because he's the higher contender, by far. Right? What is he, like 5 or 6? And Imavov is a little bit lower in the rankings. So the main guy now, the man who built this card, or however they say it, right? I mean, when your name's first, they say something like the man's name who this card was built around. That was Imavov, but now it's Sean Strickland. So let's do this. Let's get right into the fight prediction. I promise you, when I did this fight prediction last night, there were a couple of struggles because I was doing it on the fly and I was kind of shocked. I was like, what happened to Kelvin Gastelum? I didn't even get to read about that. But we ran with it. And this is Sean Strickland versus Nassourdine Imavov. In the light heavyweight division at UFC Fight Night, this is a shocker. Late notice, Sean Strickland steps in to take on Nassourdine Imavov. Strickland 25-5, Imavov 12-3. And this is a shocker because we just saw Sean Strickland fight and lose a close decision in a fight that he probably won. But in comes Imavov, right? Sean Strickland is going to be 2 inches shorter than Imavov, who is moving up in this fight to 205. It's a light heavyweight fight to give these guys, so they don't have to cut weight, and Sean Strickland on short notice will have to cut the weight. So that's what creates this light heavyweight setting. Now, Sean Strickland, despite the 2-inch height disadvantage, he does have a 1-inch reach advantage. Both guys will fight right-handed. Now, the difference here in the new opponent for Imavov in Sean Strickland is that he's going to land about 5.6 significant strikes per minute to Imavov's 4.1. And they're both about equal in the takedown game. Now, as we get into Sean Strickland, he's got an 85% takedown defense. That allows him to keep the fight standing and play into his benefit, right? Where he leads in significant strikes in most fights in terms of his opponent's significant strike per minute mark compared to his. Now, against Jared Cannonier, he lost by split decision, but check this out, 152 significant strikes to 141. So he beat him by 11, plus he had a takedown. He did lose to Alex Pereira by KO, but before that, he won fights against Jack Hermanson, Uriah Hall, Christoph Jocko, Brendan Allen. He was on a long 6-fight win streak. So he's got the reputation. He's a veteran. So what can Imavov do here? Well, he's got a 76% takedown defense. That's good. It's going to stop Sean Strickland from taking him down, but does Sean Strickland want to get takedowns anyway? Probably not. He wants to stand up and strike where he's got the advantage. Now, in his last fight, he beat Joaquin Buckley, the knockout specialist. Took him down twice. Before that, he beat Edmund Shabazian by knockout and Ian Heinisch by knockout. And as good as Imavov is, I'm here to tell you that Sean Strickland is hungry for a win. And he's faced some of the best fighters in Alex Pereira and others. Whether he wins or loses, it's still a good experience, even Jared Cannonier. And I just don't see an angle here for Imavov to win this fight. The fact that it's a light heavyweight division fight probably favors Strickland, although Imavov doesn't have to worry about cutting the weight either. And it's going to be an interesting fight at the light heavyweight bar or light heavyweight division because both of these guys are used to fighting middleweight. And it still is really like a middleweight fight, but they don't have to cut the weight. So I'm going to lean to Sean Strickland in this one and pretty easily. I mean, he lands more significant strikes per minute, so he's more active. He's got great takedown defense, and he's not fighting a guy in Imavov that is very active. I mean, he lands like 4 significant strikes per minute, but that's not going to get the job done. I like Sean Strickland to get a big victory here. This is why he's taking the fight. He's tired of losing. He doesn't want to wait 6 months to get a win. He wants a win now, and I think he gets it to move to 26-5. Imavov will fall likely by decision to 12-4 light heavyweight division, UFC Fight Night. Yeah, and I think it's awesome that Sean Strickland's stepping in. You know, I don't see him losing this fight. Even though Imavov is good, he still has 3 losses in MMA. And Sean Strickland is doing this because he simply needs a win. Doesn't matter if it's last minute or whatever have you. He absolutely needs a win. He has a 2-fight losing streak, right? He got knocked out by Alex Pereira. He came back against Jared Cannonier, a fight that he appeared to win, but got robbed in a decision. You know, I guess you could say. I mean, I thought he was going to win the fight and got robbed, so that's my opinion. But Sean Strickland needs a win, and that's why he's fighting. And you got to give it to him. And this is why when you look at a guy like Khamzat Chimaev just sitting on the sidelines forever, it's like, what is going on? Are they presenting him with fights that he's not accepting? Or is the UFC just got him on the back burner while all these rematches take place?